Thank you all for joining us today. I appreciate you. Thank you, thank you. Thank you. Right morning, Tuesday morning. Everyone watching us all over. Is bystanders at News 10 again on Flip TV. It's the 30th of January 2024. We welcome you all on the program. Thank you for joining us. Of course, I'm Michael Adekunle. It's Flip TV, dishing it out to you fresh from the News 10. All the way from the News 10, Lagos, Nigeria. We welcome everybody on the program. Thank you, everyone. Let's quickly move down to the business of the day. This Nigeria, the first paper we have on the program today. This Nigeria, 45 terrorists wiped out in Kaduna military airstrike. Army hands over 35 rescued kidnapped victims to Governor Rada. 45 terrorists wiped out in Kaduna military airstrike. Army hands over 35 rescued kidnapped victims to Governor Rada. To the next one, CBN injects additional $500 million to clear forex backlog. We have another story down the paper on insecurity. FCTA storms tunnels, green areas as police rescue 3 abducted persons in Abuja. We have first news at the News 10. Can we have first news displayed? First news. CBN gives forex markets fresh $500 million lifeline. That's what we have on the front page of the first newspaper. To settle all legitimate foreign exchange backlogs, increase liquidity in forex markets, authorized dealers reporting false FX transaction details, says Apex Bank, as Naira trades at 1,348 per dollar. As official markets, that's what the report is saying here. On Ibadan blast, article commiserated with victims or your government. That's what the spokesman is saying. Article commiserated with victims and your government, says spokesman. Mali, Burkina Faso send ECOWAS formal notice of withdrawal. Mali, Burkina Faso send ECOWAS formal notice of withdrawal as Nigeria expresses concern, says we will remain open for engagement. On insecurity, suspected herdsmen killed 2 Ekiti monarchs, others flee. Suspected herdsmen killed 2 Ekiti monarchs, others flee. Salient times. Dangote refinery goes for U.S. crude in first purchase. Dangote refinery goes for U.S. crude in first purchase. The West, suspected herdsmen killed 2 traditional rulers in Ekiti State. That's what we have here. That's a sad development in the country. And the Nation newspaper, the Nation. Please display the Nation there. Security men raise bar in battle against kidnappers. Security men raise bar in battle against kidnappers. Air Force bombs terrorists. Army, police rescue scores from abductors. 2 traditional rulers killed in Ekiti. Policeman in Imo. Daughter murdered in FCT. This is alarming. The Vanguard newspaper. ECOWAS, what do we have on ECOWAS? We are ready to engage Burkina Faso, Mali, Niger. That's what the federal government of Nigeria is saying here. On the last paper, we'll be reading to the viewers the Punch newspaper. Kidnapping epidemic in Nigeria. Kidnapping epidemic. Over 17,000 Nigerians abducted under the former president, Muhammadu Buhari, and the incumbent president of the country, Bola Ahmed Tinubu. That's what our report is saying here. And moving down to the rider, Buhari 90%, Tinubu falls at 10%. Our abductors killed two Ekiti monarchs. That's what a source is saying here. You can have it read to the viewers watching us. Right now, let's quickly look at the story. On this, suspected kidnappers kill two traditional rulers in Ekiti. That's the headline. Now to the story. Suspected kidnappers have killed two traditional rulers in Ekiti State. The monarchs were said to be returning from a security meeting in Irele, Ekiti, in a vehicle being driven by one of their colleagues, the Lara of Ikole, Ekiti, when they were attacked by gunmen along a community in Ikole local government area of Ekiti State on Monday. According to Daily Posts, the two traditional rulers, the Oni Mojo of Imojo Ekiti, Oba Olatunde Samuel Olushola, and the Eleson of Esun Ekiti, Oba David Babatunde Ogunshakin, were killed in the ambush, while Oba Adebayo Fatoba, the Alara of Ara Ikole Ekiti, escaped from the scene. Confirming the incident, the chairman of the Ajone local government development area, that's local council development area, Michael Ogungbemi, said the government attempted to kidnap the three traditional rulers. That's the story there. For people that have not read the story, we won't go beyond this. We need to quickly meet our reviewers for more reviews on the states of the nation, especially the issue of kidnap that has, you know, gone beyond our powers in Nigeria. How you doing? Can you face this place? Can you face
Yeah, I'm alright.
How you doing?
Yeah, good morning.
You welcome on board?
Yeah,
Okay, all right.
good morning.
Adeleke, right?
Yeah, all right.
All right. We're talking about the alarming rate of kidnapping in Nigeria. And when you look at what is going on in the country, it speaks a lot. And the question is, what is the present administration doing to speedily curb these nominees that has ravaged the land? We all know that the president has been talking on it. The governors are also on the situation. But what speedy approach is being made
Yeah,
to stop this?
my own contribution.
Because you are a member of the All Progressives Congress, and I know fully well that you are in support of this administration. And when you look at the report we have on the front page of the Punch, Mr. Bai, it says that about 17,000 Nigerians have been kidnapped in that administration of APC. I don't want to say Buhari or Tinubu alone, under the APC administration.
On this matter, we have to leave political party out of this, what we are facing every day in Nigeria. As a matter of fact, we should supposed to be a watchkeeper of our neighbors, ourselves. If a governor of a particular state is incessantly collecting security votes on a monthly basis, so I shouldn't see reason why it should not be in collaboration with the federal government in order to curb security. Because your nearest person, if you can secure the nearest person to you, that means we can secure ourselves. A drop of water form a big pool or form oceans. So what we are saying in essence is that we're supposed to be together to solve this problem ourselves. Fine, the president has to play a leading role because everything busts on his head. But as a matter of fact, both the commissioners, both all the elected officers in Nigeria, including the governors, they're supposed to be a security officer of their own state, not to allow all this thing to be happening because the president can't be everywhere. Although we have police, member of policemen, we have army, we have naval, we have the so-called Air Force officer. But at the same time, there's supposed to be a security measure within our state, because I could remember during the during the Jonathan period, when the fire share was like harmonize, organize the local security people, and he made sure that he enrolled them, giving them salary to keep watching his people within his locality. He equipped them with local guns, and all those men were just going here and there in order to give the policemen a kind of cogent information, in order to give them a vital information that will help them, that will aid their objectives. So if we can continue on in this way, then Nigeria will excel. We can't expect a policeman in Nogba to know virtually what's happening in Ikorodu or what have you. The numbers are few. We do have criminal statistics in our nation. We do have many police stations in our country. So those are the measures I think we can make. We have civil defense. They are all in the office. We have members of the army. Let them bring them out. We have some member of police. Let all of them come outside, not to be on the barricade side or probably checking whatever that's not very volatile. Let there be a neighborhood measure, a neighborhood guide, right? A neighborhood watch. That Lagos, look at Lagos State. Before anything can trap Lagos State that I'm living, it will take a very long, because everybody in Lagos, despite the population, everybody in Lagos are the brother keepers to ourselves, because in a particular community in Lagos, we have CCD that is playing a security measure. We have CDA, we have landlord, we have tenants that are playing their roles to make sure the security measure is taking place. If other states could do the same thing, like Lagos State, then we'll be free from all these shackles and manacles. Because I could remember the last time the Governor Autumn was crying foul that Boko Haram, the elders, the what have you are killing his people. What are you doing? Why are you collecting this money? If you cannot keep your people safe, then you leave the security votes. You don't collect it from federal government. Apart from the fact that you are still collecting the security block votes. We're supposed to be for security measure. If you are collecting this, then put a security machinery into place. Equip some local. There are many people that are unemployed within your state. Employ them, assign them a particular assignment to discharge for you. Give them a role to play in a particular street. Give them at least, employ almost like 10 people within the locality. Buy a local gun, license them, approve them, take it to the appropriate quarters, license it for them. Then let them be going here and there. Then employ some intellectual think tanks too, like a graduate, who all these local people can report to. Then you pass it to the appropriate quarter, which is policemen. We can't so rely on our traditional way of doing things. If you are still dying in the traditional way, you cannot move forward. This idea says that when the tradition is lacking, a striking example becomes necessary. We can't be doing the same thing every day and we want different results. It can't be. This guy, remember, they are human beings too, and they are strategizing every day. The same method we used last year, they will re-strategize it. They are looking for our loophole to attack us. Then why don't we change our own dimensional way of doing things, recruit another set of people, both graduates, the intellectual, take some people out of streets. For example, take some Agbero who are willing to do work, pay them salary, enroll them, assign some things for them to do. Adeleke, they will do it.
Adeleke, are these not excuses from this administration?
It's not an excuse.
Many Nigerians thought the former president, Muhammadu Buhari, was the Messiah. This is the former president that promised to end insecurity in 6 months.
You won't expect, my brother, you won't expect any president that is coming into power not to have manifesto.
I've not landed. Okay, continue.
Okay, you won't expect any incoming president not to have manifesto. General Muhammad, you call him general. What do you expect from general? The general will tell you he will put a stop to incessant killings, the brutalization and all sort of things like that. He will tell you, it will be part of his manifesto. Definitely, who will want to do it? But if we keep doing the same thing, there are saboteurs within our midst. He may want to do it, and within ourselves, there are some saboteurs who want to foil his objective. The same thing applicable to the present government. He was willing before he came into the power. He was willing to do it. And even at present, he's still willing to do. But there are some saboteurs within that they are getting money, they are getting so many things out of these shackles and manacles.
And don't you think these are excuses?
I will not say that. It's not an excuses. You still have a long way to go. Let me just put it that way. This is another dimension entirely. All this thing that's happening in Nigeria is happening majorly in where the president is not hailing from. President A from the southwest. President A from the southwest. And by the virtue of that, the president will want to do all his way in order to protect other region apart from the region that he came from. So that's why within time, probably in coming period, within the next 1 year, I think all this problem we are facing will stop by the special grace of Almighty God.
All right, thank you so much. You need to go right now, right? Okay, thank you so much. I think you made
Mike,
some
good
contributions.
Morning.
Raphael, good morning.
Good morning, Mike.
Right.
Good morning, viewers. Mike, we did not see you yesterday.
Yesterday?
Yeah, yesterday was the day we map out to respect Lazarus.
On the program? Or...
No. It's all of us. It's part of us. It's part of us. It's part of us.
Yesterday.
I didn't see you on the,
you need to,
let me say funeral, whatever. You did not
you need
appear.
To clarify that.
Yeah, because we.
Did you call me?
No, I didn't call you, but I keep on saying it on this.
You should have called me. You should have
See, listen, Mike. I keep on saying Ebuka for did this, Ebuka for give us money. He sponsor us. He say during this thing of Lazarus. I keep on saying it. Then yesterday, some of them actually contributed the whole Oba. Yeah, these people that are selling here. Because the guy always helps them carry load. So I keep on saying it. At a stage, I understand that I'm the only one saying it. At a stage, I understand I'm the only one saying it. That's why I just hesitated telling anybody again. Because it's like maybe Lazarus is my senior brother or my junior brother from the same father. But the reason I'm doing it is that we are a people here. We are one. The guy sometimes, he come here, he spoke when he was alive. He was speaking with Chigozie Christian Matthew currently. So I keep on doing it. At a stage, I found out that I don't know, I was forcing people to do what they don't like or didn't like to do. So now I carried it out yesterday. I said, okay, let me and these people. But to my greatest surprise, Christian came. Many of they come. I saw Obara. Obara said, we did not tell him. I said, you didn't know that Lazarus died?
Raphael?
So, but Christian, Mike, anyway, we did it and we're going to do it this morning again because it was from 6 p.m. yesterday, it lingered up to 8 p.m. Then, our donor, the greatest donor, though many people donated, but Ebuka Okafor, Tunde Okafor, Ebuka from Oka, Anambra State, he gave the highest and they sponsored us and say we should do it to respect the guy. So you must join this morning because I said something must be done today for you guys that were not around yesterday to partake. Thank you. So what do you have for me this morning? As
the great organizer.
You know what an organizer they do now? See. So I keep your own.
Enjoy yourself. I know you enjoyed yourself yesterday.
No, be small. Christian Day now. We invited Pastor, we worship God, we prayed, we said a lot. Everybody said a lot about Lazarus yesterday. It was great. Okay, come on, Mike. What do you have for me?
Kidnapping epidemic is what we are discussing. The administration of Bola Ahmed Tinubu and the former president, Muhammadu Buhari. We witnessed it.
Yeah, 17,000 were kidnapped. 17,000 were kidnapped during Muhammad Buhari regime, then Tinubu. Then 90% was during, Buhari's regime. Then 10% Tinubu's regime. Then if you can take it statistically, if 10% could be given to a man that is not up to 1 year at Aso 10%. If you calculate it mathematically, you will find out that if Tinubu stay here, 8 years, okay, I think he's gonna triple Tinubu, Buhari's regime, percentage. It's gonna be like millions of people will die, will be kidnapped. Because Tinubu was just barely 8 months. Out of 17,000 Nigerians kidnapped during both of them, their regime, Tinubu is just having 10%. I think we must buckle up our shoe. We must buckle up our sandal.
3 years or so.
I'm telling you, we must buckle up every Nigerian, not only federal government, local people, local vigilante, state government, Nigerians, we should buckle up to fight insecurity in Nigeria. Because I'm afraid that if Tinubu could get this kind of bigger chunk out of that 17,000, just barely 8 months, if Tinubu could stay there like 4 years, I think they will kidnap everybody in Nigeria. So what I'm trying to say is that we should make sure that we advise federal government on how to handle this insecurity of a thing by what? Allowing the states to have their own police commands. Lagos state owned, not be say federal law. Lagos state policing. Ogun State, their own. Ekiti, Ondo. Are you listening to me? Anambra own, Imo own, Delta own. All the states must have their own police. Make sure that the people from that region are all enlisted into their state police. Their state policing should be the responsibility of the indigenous people of that state. Are you listening to me? And that is when security is going to work. Everywhere will be secured because an Anambra man will not allow you to mess up Anambra State. You will cut your head. Likewise, Ogun State man will not allow you to come on to Ogun State, start encroaching on their land there, in their farmland, everywhere, kidnapping people, killing people. No, we need state police. I didn't understand. It is time that Tinubu begin to understand the loopholes of the former administration. From there, he's going to get it right because he must correct it. Buhari was busy, doing his normal business, promoting Fulani. Fulani herdsmen, budgeting out over 100 billion naira. He made it open for the Métis Allah cattle rearing platform. He became all of a sudden their grand patron across West Africa. I mean Buhari. I don't know what concerns Nigerian president with cattle rearers. So that's why they were largely funded by the former administration. And you can see the outcome. I look onto my WhatsApp the other day. I discovered that I saw what they posted there. Over 500 healers coming from the axis of Niger into Nigeria. They were all Fulani militias. You know what they call themselves? Métis Allah, Mayeti Allah security outfits. They are there. They said they want to protect Nigerian land. Mayeti Allah is giving us security, whether we like it or not. They said they are coming down to southeast, south, southwest, middle belt, core north, northeast, northwest. Listen and listen good. They were jubilating, shouting. Over 500 healers, fully loaded with Fulani militia. They were in blue, clothes, covering their faces. See, Mike, these people are not security outfit. They are coming to take over the whole land. Fulani, you can never allow pussycats to safeguard fishes, meats that are being dried, that are on the chimney. You put meat, fish to dry up there while there is bonfire down. The up is chimney. And you are telling the cat to do what? To secure it, okay? That one no be security. The whole fish and meat will finish. Are you listening to me? So what I'm trying to say, we need cooperation. We need to be cohesive. We need to be inclusive in this government. They should allow the local people to partake on the war against insecurity in Nigeria. See, I just want to insert an example. Look at what happened in Ekiti. 2 Ekiti monarchs were killed after they went to meeting. On their way coming back, Fulani militia attacked them currently. I am not talking about last year or 2 years ago. This is what we discover on the paper, front page of Nigerian newspapers. 2 Ekiti monarchs. Monarchs are kings. Kings are obas in Yoruba land. Mike, if it could be that Fayoche is the current governor of Ekiti State, it won't happen. I'm just telling you, it will not happen.
Remember when
No.
he was the governor of Ekiti?
Yes, it pains me. It is paining me for the death of those 2 obas. They are not my father. They are not Igbo man. They don't have not anything to do with me.
Fayoche told the youth to carry arms.
Arms. That's a governor.
Face this evil man.
That was my governor.
This man of the underworld.
That was my governor. People that are criticizing Ralph because I'm always too blunt. I have an announcement to make. Fayoche of Ekiti State was my governor. I love him. If could be that Fayoche of Ekiti, former governor, is still the governor of Ekiti State, those 2 obas, nobody who born them, they won't die. Because inside the Ekiti forest, he gave the youth arms. They drove out all these Fulani militias out of Ekiti forest. Do you know what orchestrated it? The death of Farasonte's daughter. Fasorenti's daughter. Fasorenti's daughter that returned from London. Fulani militia, idiots, dirty people, met this lady, this fine woman, an educated woman, a mother for that matter, from UK. They shot him on the highway. And you know that time, someone went to that to commiserate with Baba. He tell Baba, say, at least, Evans, they kidnap people. He left what he come to do. Normal thing to calm down the old man tension. He jumped to Igbo. That at least Evans, they kidnap. Made the man forget his daughter that was killed by Fulani herdsmen. See, let me tell you, we needed to do something about insecurity in Nigeria. We should not allow only federal government. Federal government is sleeping, always sleeping. Always, they always wake them. Oga, wake up. Wolf is coming. Oga, wake up, wolf is coming. Oga, if we could allow police, state policing, if we could allow our local vigilante, if we could allow our youths to take up arms, fortify them with all manner of AK-47, AK-49, bulletproof vests, the jackets. I don't think Malian Fulani, Senegal Fulani, Niger Fulani, Chad, we have any infantry or impetus to be what? Threatening this country.
Can I read this?
Read it out.
Okay, addressing the press conference in Abuja, I want you to also listen, Felix. On Monday, the Civil Society Joint Action Group revealed that 2,423 persons had been killed, while 1,872 others have been abducted since the inauguration of President Tinubu.
Oh my.
Now, speaking on behalf of the group, the executive director of the Civil Society Legislative Advocacy Center, Awa Musa, said insecurity had persisted over the last 3 administrations, with 24,816 Nigerians killed and 15,597 persons abducted in the last administration of President Buhari between 2019 and 2023.
Mike, you know what happened? Yeah? The figure you are giving, sorry to say this, are the ones accounted for. There are thousands that we are not accounted for. Listen and listen good before you are criticizing.
We don't even know.
Mike, we did not know many that were killed. Are you listening to what I'm saying? So, my brother, let me tell you, I misfire Chef Ekiti.
Just a waste of life.
I'm telling you, wasting of lives. Yep. 2 monarchs. I mourn them. May their souls rest in peace. If could be that Fayoche is still governor of Ekiti, Fulani militias will escape the whole Ekiti forest. They will run. They will have scorned. Because Fayoche himself is worse than an Aburu. He understands life. He's a grass to grace, grassroots politician. Fayoche of Ekiti dine and eat with miscreants on the streets. Blend them. You understand? Give them orientation to come in, reintegrate them into what? Social life. See, fire traffic is it. Had it been it was there, nobody would have died. See, let me tell you, Mike, I'm not happy. Ask me why. Yoruba Southwest, they don't understand what we are saying. They think that every Igbo youth is rubbish. See, go to Anambra State today. You don't cause insecurity there and go free. You don't cause anything, insecurity. A kidnapper, a thief, if they get wind up, you are gone. You cannot stay in the forest, any forest in Anambra State as Fulani herdsmen. They get the information that you were there, or God, the next day you are gone. Oh, sorry. The next day you are gone. They will attack you. They will attack you. They will make sure that they left that place. They leave the place. Do you know that in Igbo land again, they don't allow local chiefs parleying with these Fulanis? Because in those days, those Fulanis will come with their cattle. Some of those chiefs and the Ezes, I mean kings, we go and start mingling with those Fulani to collect money from that parcel of land or portion of land. They always settle, erect their slums, their huts where they are staying.
Now, away from that, Raphael, the Nigerian government has said that they are open for dialogue, engagements with Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger. Of course, these countries pulled out of ECOWAS last week. We got the news yesterday. Yeah, that was last week. So, is it not too late for the Nigerian government, to dialogue with these people?
Mike, excuse me.
And why didn't they treat the cost?
ECOWAS issue, exit of Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger is not a new issue now. It's supposed to be a foregone alternative, a foregone discussion, a foregone matter. I have a question for you, Mike. Don't be annoyed though. I don't want to answer before I ask you this one. Why Tinubu all this while was sneaking into France? All of a sudden we see him in the airport going to France. How many times? And before you know it, questions begin to flow, come in all over social media. Crowded questions. What was Tinubu doing in France? All of a sudden, this is the aftermath. See, the exit of Mali and Burkina Faso, Niger Republic, is going to spell doom for the West. France, British, the Belgians. See, let me tell you, it's going to expand. I want it to expand into Eastern Africa. Because in the Eastern Africa, you have the Belgian holding Congo there. The Eastern Africa, you have the Portuguese holding on to Cape Verde. In the Eastern Africa, you have the Portuguese holding on to Equatorial Guinea. Are you listening to me? See, I want it to expand. It shouldn't be only France and the British. Are you listening to me? The exit of these three countries is that they are tired of France. They are tired of the France. What the French is doing in all their colony in West Africa is an aberration, abomination. It's not supposed to be. You left your colony for good, you go. You are not needed there again. You don't need to pick all the politicians, your representatives, or the so-called stooges to represent you, thereby milking their natural resources. The exit of Mali is telling us now that we are coming up. The West African blacks, we are coming up. We are growing. French, over the years, are busy milking Mali. I said it yesterday, maybe not on this platform, that I have never in my life known what Mali is producing, what Mali is known for. The chief producer of so-so-thing, nobody knows in Africa, because French mounted on them. Whatever is coming there, I think they are closer with the share boundary with, I think, Cote d'Ivoire. And Cote d'Ivoire is the greatest producer of coffee, COFFEE, in the world. Coffee, then followed by Ethiopia. Then, today, we don't know. Nobody has ever known what Burkina Faso is known for. Burkina Babes. We don't know what they are doing. The French mounted on them. The same thing with Niger. Niger now we've known because of the junta, the military junta that took over from the democratically elected government last year. We know that the Niger are number 5 production of uranium in the world.
Is there any
Very, very expensive
implication it's going to have on Nigeria?
No,
The giant of Africa.
Oga, I said Nigeria is not a giant of Africa now. Make you know the yab this kind of Mike. Giant of Africa for what? What do you mean? Cotonou is neater than Lagos. Togo is neat. Abidjan is the neatest capital state in West Africa. Very neat. Life is going on there. Quick giant of Africa. Look at Lagos everywhere. Look at. And if I want to get my own platform, my camera will be world class. As I'm talking, I will be showing it to the whole world. Look at road, which can giant of Africa. Akwa Ibom is very neat, I know. Is you give the credit to Akwa Ibom state government. Owerri is very neat. You give credit to Owerri people. They are the most educated in Igbo land. If you don't know.
State, yeah?
See,
don't you have some
neat place in Lagos. Go to Lake Akoko Island, they get money.
Even Ikeja.
Ikeja, what are you saying? Ikeja is thinking now. Ikeja is where I grew up now. I grew up at Oga, there are many ghetto in Ikeja. Go to Igbo and see by yourself. You're telling me Ikeja is neat. Which is Nigeria is not any giant of Africa. Nigeria is the most corrupt country in the world. We're not talking about Africa. Don't call us giants. We are giants for nothing. About what the West is doing to West African states. ECOWAS, Economic Community of the West African States, we are tired of the British, the Belgian, and the what? The French.
All right, that's right.
See, let me tell you, the pulling out of Mali does not concern Nigeria. It's Malian business. Pulling out of Niger Republic, it doesn't concern Nigeria, it's for the Nigerians. Then the pulling out of Burkina Faso is for the Burkina Faso to enjoy what God has given them. Their politicians are tired. Most of them are inside, in confinement because of their previous sins. And I don't know why Nigeria could not sleep because Mali is going out. Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger, they are beginning to understand what God has deposited on their lands. Not Nigeria that are busy cutting away the commonwealth of this nation over the years. I'm telling you, if Nigeria try attack these 3 countries, Abuja will be no more.
All right,
thank you so much.
Raphael. I appreciate you for coming on board. Good morning, Felix.
Morning, sir.
How are you doing, sir?
We thank God. We're okay.
All right, it's another day at the newsstand, and we're talking about insecurity as the state of the nation. Presently, insecurity.
Well, it saddened my heart when I heard there were 3 monarchs.
Yeah.
One escaped.
Yeah.
Well, from the information and the detail we gathered that the 3 monarchs were coming from
Security meeting.
a security meeting that shares border with Kogi, and they were ambushed. 2 of them were killed. The question on ground is now, what is the thing that went wrong? Because for you to go for a security meeting means that the issue has been on ground. They refuse to deliberate on it, and they allow those people to have grown beyond. They have grown and they have been able to have their stand before they started taking decision. And peradventure, there may have been people that went for that meeting that are spies.
There are saboteurs there.
There are saboteurs. It's a sad incident. It's a sad incident because they are killing the monarchs today. Now it will become the pastors. Tomorrow it will become the governor. Tomorrow it will become the president. I want to tell you, I listened to the former VP, Oshibajo. He said when he was going to Niger Delta, Buhari told him that you should not be the first VP to be kidnapped. If a president of a country can say that, it was Oshibajo that said so. He now said, "Okay, don't worry, I will go." He went there, he was able to garage them, he was able to talk to them and things stabilized. I want to throw it as a challenge. This government know the people that are doing this thing. Late Abacha said, if there are insecurity in the state within a day, if the government of the day cannot address it, the government of the day knows about it. I want to say this, that we are killing ourselves by the government of the day not choosing competent people. They are choosing people that there are supporters. They are choosing people that are giving them money, that supported them in one form or the other. And that's why we find ourselves here. The Minister of Information is not doing the right thing. The Minister of Defense, they are not doing the right thing. The IG, they are not doing what they are supposed to do. The NSC, they are not doing what they are supposed to do. They are not giving report. Like when this man, Irabo will always come out. This is the situation. This is this. We don't even know who is the spokesman of army now. I don't know. I stand to be corrected on this platform. Last year, early this year, about 300 people died in Plateau. Our president deemed it not fit. He did not show face. Another issue happened in Oyo. Nothing is happening. This monarch, nothing is happening. I want to say that we are in a big chaos. We are in a big challenge.
All these things you mentioned, does it mean that the security agents are not working?
Well, the security agents are working, but they cannot go beyond their control.
Because we have a report here that 45 terrorists were wiped out in the Kaduna military airstrike, and the rescued victims were handed over to the state government. I'm talking about the state, Kaduna state government. And when you look at it, the more they kill these people, the more they wipe them out, the more they spring up. Does it mean they are waxing stronger? Is there any backing? Is there any backup from Nigerian politicians or the ex-military generals? Or what do you think is going on?
Well, what I just think that is going on is a propaganda. When you kill a terrorist, maybe there are 10, you kill 9 of them. What happened to that group? He dies a natural death. All these things they are telling us in the newspaper, all these things they are telling us,
the numbers,
is a propaganda. They may just kill one, and they will multiply it. Let us look at it logically.
So the military is not saying the truth.
They are not telling the Nigerian citizens the truth. Look at when they attack Osama bin Laden. And Osama bin Laden, everybody knew he's dead. Did you see any other Osama bin Laden came up? But in Nigeria, we have Shakarau. They say another person, another Shakarau will come up. Another one will come up. You should understand what I am saying. There are a lot of propaganda going on in the military that they are not telling Nigeria the true picture. They may just call, the thing is just, see, you people just cease fire for now. Cease fire for now. And the most funny thing and most of these people they caught, they invite them into the military.
They recruit them.
They recruit them into the military.
Because they've repented now.
How do you bring a repented Boko Haram killer into our military force? I want to say this, that the foundation and the institution is faulty. And I have said that the military has done us better thing than any other person. I want to say that God will help us and God will strengthen us.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you. Let's have Michael here. Michael, good morning to you.
Good morning, Michael.
All right. You're welcome on board.
Thanks for having me.
All right, there's a sad development in the country. A tragic story monarchs that were killed in Ekiti State. We have Nigerians reacting to this. Is this administration winning the war against insurgency? Michael.
Obviously not. The administration seems to be losing control on security. I mean, just like every other sectors, as we are seeing very unfortunate development in Ekiti where two monuments were hacked down uh, by yet to be identified assailants. And this has become one of several other mindless killings that we have seen in our country. Uh, Yet, perpetrators haven't been found. Governments, from time to time, we commiserate with the families of the deceased, promising to get the killers. But unfortunately, nothing will be done until another one happens. And I think we cannot continue in this form, and that is why I have joined the school of thoughts that have said that a state of emergency, I've said it on this platform severally, a state of emergency should be declared on security. It is obvious now that the situation has assumed a very frightening and deadly dimension. Things like this used to be very far from us. We believe that it is far in the core north. Once in a while, we heard of banditry and kidnapping activities there. But unfortunately now, the chicken is it's coming home to roast. And I think it should concern every well-meaning Nigerians. It should concern everyone that have the good of the country at heart. Our government must be alive to our responsibilities. Section 14, subsection 2B is very clear about it, that the security and welfare of the people shall, that was the word that was used, shall be the primary purpose of government. Anything outside of that, there is no government in place. And I think it is quite unfortunate that we are discussing another killing in our nation.
Michael, when are you going to stop talking about insecurity in Nigeria? It has been going on for years.
I think that question should be directed to the government of the day. In specific terms, tell us when this is going to stop. It has been on even before this administration, we must admit. But if the whole essence of governance is security and welfare of the people, so what do you think you are doing as the commander-in-chief, where people will be killed almost on a daily basis now? It's becoming a daily affair, where people will be kidnapped almost on a daily basis now. And all we have government do is to explain away what has happened, or to come out intermittently to commiserate with the families of the victims. And I think that must stop. You are not voted for, or you are not in government just to commiserate with losses. You must get on the job and get your security operatives on red alert, so that some of this crime can even be checkmated before they are executed. So, I mean, if you remember when there was bombing during the Boston Marathon a couple of years ago in the US, it was Obama that was in the saddle in that country then. I remember vividly that the entire Boston was locked down. There was a total lockdown in Boston. They were looking for two brothers, which they never knew where they was at that time. But Obama was assuring the nation that we are going to find you, a part of his statement when he came to Boston, that we are going to find you, we are going to face the justice system of America and all of that. To cut the long story short, they were found. The other brother was killed in one of the shootouts. A teenager at that time, the younger brother was apprehended eventually, because the SWAT team were deployed to enter from house to house in Boston. So that is how to build decent society. You don't just explain things away. There must be deliberate action to to stem the tide of criminality if you actually want it to stop.
Michael, is this not time we should allow, is it not time we should allow, or we allow the states control their own security, the state governors, let them handle their security themselves? It's not time?
If you remember, Michael, even the current president of our nation, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, has been an advocate of state police ever before he became the president. And now that he's in the saddle, he's not pushing for it. I mean, for reasons best known to him. I'm not seeing that push now that he's in the saddle. And this is a thought you have always believed in when you were in the opposition and all of that. So it is clear that the federal police or the federal policing system cannot tackle what is going on. Don't forget there is insurgents happening simultaneously across the country. The security operative seems, in my estimation, to be overwhelmed. And if you bring it home to the states, I think if well managed, we must add that, if well managed, I think they should get a better result from what we are seeing now.
All right, away from that, Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso, of course, pulled out of ECOWAS, sent an official letter to the Nigerian government on that note. And the Nigerian government, as of today, said that they are open for dialogue, engagement. But do you think these countries are ready for that?
Just as I said yesterday, I think ECOWAS has outlived its usefulness. It has outlived its usefulness. There is no point just assembling yourselves together when the whole thing is not translating into better lives for your people. It's needless in my view. Be it ECOWAS, be it African Union, these guys are not telling themselves the truth. It's about the people. Anything that you are doing that does not culminate into better lives, better standard of living for your people is needless. And I think they had better disband the entire bloc and let people focus on their people.
Disbandment is what you want.
I mean, if it's not yielding result, what is the usefulness? That is my take. If it is not about let's just be meeting in the name of ECOWAS. Don't forget there are funds that will be coming into that body, probably from international communities, thinking that these guys are serious.
Yeah, the funds going.
Exactly. So if it is not translating into better lives for the people, it should be discontinued.
Thank you so much,
My
Michael.
pleasure.
Appreciate you for coming. Matthew, good morning. Oluku.
Good morning, Mike Adekunle.
You're welcome. The state of security in the country. Niyi, good morning.
That is Emilio.
You're welcome.
It's quite unfortunate. And each time we hear kidnapping, killing, maiming, we are not always happy. The reason is not far-fetched. Life is sacrosanct. As human, we don't have what it takes to bring someone who have died back to life. That is why it's always very important that the government should do everything within their power, legally possible, to protect lives and property. And I keep saying it, that I refuse to believe that the bandits, Boko Haram, ISWAP, name it, unknown government, I refuse to believe that they are more formidable than Nigerian armed forces. I refuse to believe. What perhaps is not working for Nigeria is maybe patriotism one. Patriotism because how can you tell me that someone will be kidnapped, ransom will be negotiated through phone conversation, ransom paid. We have NIM registration that says that once you have a phone number, you must register with that government agency. Your data are there. Under Muhammadu Buhari, we had a situation where federal government fined MTN 1 point something trillion for failing to disconnect subscribers who did not register with NIN. So what I'm saying, it goes to show that every Nigerian, once you are a subscriber to any network provider, your data is with federal government agency, that NIN management. So how come ransom will be negotiated, ransom will be paid, phone number will be used, and the agencies are not synergizing with federal security agencies to know who registered the thing that was used for ransom negotiation? So I'm at a loss as to why government is not fighting insecurity from that angle. So the idea of you need to buy trackers before you combat it, I think we should tell ourselves the truth. If you are not leveraging on this information, on this data to fight insecurity, who said that if we get those trackers, if we get those devices, and you have their maybe videos of activities of kidnapping, who said that the people who are managing it will give out information for kidnappers to be arrested? If the database you have is not being utilized, is not being leveraged on to fight insecurity. So I'm worried that what the major reason we are not seeing an end to it is lack of patriotism from Nigerians who are saddled with the responsibility of managing our NIN.
I asked Michael a question the other time before you came. I said if the governors are allowed to control the security architecture of their states, don't you think to go a long way in solving the security challenges we have in the country?
It will go a long way in solving it. It will come with its own challenge. But the challenge, for me, is not as much as the solution it will bring. Yes, the fear of federal government that if you allow state police, state governors will abuse it. You cannot do that abuse. But that is not to say that the advantage, of course the advantage is more than the abuse we are looking at. The fear that it may lead to volcanization of Nigeria, that it may lead to disintegration of Nigeria, I don't believe so. Because before now, there were fear that if you give an Igbo man chief of army staff, he will divide Nigeria. Under Jonathan, Ejidika was chief of army staff. He didn't divide Nigeria. So where is that fear coming from? So the fear that if you allow state police, some states will grow military strength and they will set it for Nigeria, that fear is a misplaced one. Why can you tell Nigerians that Fulani nationalities will be coming all the way from Mali, Burkina Faso, Niger, Chad, name it, with sophisticated weapons? They will come into the country through our porous borders, get into our bushes, our forests, start hibernating there, start kidnapping, and our military, our police, the government will be telling us that these people are staying in the Kaduna forest, where the military used to hit out before now, used for training, and perhaps they abandon it, the bandits are taking over. Is that not a issue of shame? So for me, I think these Fulani people, because why I'm always mentioning Fulani is, if you look at what is happening in Nigeria, the insecurity, Fulani is always being mentioned. So it looks as if the Fulani of today is still dwelling in the mentality of Fulani of 100 years ago. I'm talking about when there was no formal government, when we used to see monarchical system of government, when kingdom used to invade kingdom, take over kingdom, impose their own paramount ruler on them. I think that's the mentality of this Fulani henchmen. And somebody needs to bring that to submission. Government needs to possess monopoly of coercive power. Government must stop sharing that power with non-state actors. They must stop sharing with Fulani henchmen. They must stop sharing with Boko Haram. They must stop sharing with unknown government. If we must succeed as a people. You cannot tell me that, okay, why will you not tell the father or the family of that girl that was killed? Why will you the only offense they committed is because they are from Nigeria and they live in the outskirts of Abuja. And the government personality want to justify that what is happening at the outskirts of Abuja. So for me, one, if the leadership of the country is sincere, I'm finding it difficult to believe that there's sincerity from the angle of leadership. They should be able to question who is in charge of managing NIM. Why are we not arresting people who leverage on network, on phone numbers to negotiate for ransom? I'm not saying the man who is paying ransom. I do not buy into the idea of it's not good to encourage ransom paying, but you may find yourself in a feast, in a situation where ransom paying is the only option. Because if you have the money, you cannot leave your loved ones to die because the government says you should not pay ransom, or because you have been criminalized, or because if you pay ransom, you go to jail. And perhaps the government is not able to, police and army is not able to rescue the person, and you have the money. So what I'm saying is, why is the government not leveraging on NIM? When ransom is being negotiated, the man who is at the other end of the conversation in the bush, collecting the ransom, why don't you go to the network provider, give me the the data of this person using this number. Even if the person who is making the conversation is in the bush, the person that registered have residence, arrest the person. So for me, the government have a whole lot of explanation to give to justify their inability to arrest these kidnappers. Thank you for having me.
I appreciate you for coming. Okay. Good morning.
Good morning. Once again, as a matter of fact, Fulani deleted 2 obas in Ekiti State. They deleted them. Deleted. Pia, pia. I haven't deleted the kings. In the olden days, when you want to conquer a land, the key person you go for is what? Who? It's the king. When you kill the king, every other person on that land bows to you. I hope the governor, Oyebanji, will wake up. And as a matter of fact, he will now start speaking up. He has a good relationship with Tinubu, if I'm not mistaken. Right? He has a good relationship with him. the likes of Afe Babalola, all these people, Fayemi, state policing is overdue. Doesn't make any sense. All states should have their borders. Listen, you don't practice federalism. We are practicing this democracy like I don't know what that word. Like we are cursed. Each state should be able to map up their boundaries, and there must be a
Let them police their states.
there must be a constraint. We cannot remain borderless, even amongst ourselves. These bandits came in through Kogi. They came in through Kogi South. Is it that they invade Oyo, they invade Ekiti, or they invade Anambra? You could recall that just, I think last week, they went to some farms in Anambra to kill farmers, about 8 or so. So it doesn't make, what is the sense in? It doesn't make any, see, I don't know why we are so mad. It is a God-forsaken country that we have. And yet we are the one that is, we clinch by the feet of a God that the whites gave to us. Everybody is so hypocritical. If everybody, if you are speaking the same thing on governance, you just bring up a discussion about religion. You see, within a second, there will be discordance within those guys. Let's say we want to go and protest. Just bring up a conversation that is speaking about Muslim and Christian. You see that everybody will just scatter. This is a religion the whites brought to us. Sorry. Okay? Well, me, I know I have been emancipated. Religion cannot, they cannot use religion to tie me down. That one is certain. But what about the other people? And that's why I said revolution must start from the what? Religious institution. It's a pity that about what's the name? Tinubu is not showing that concern that we yearn for.
It's not showing. It's obvious, right?
Listen, there's what we call, exemplary leadership. This is becoming one too many. One of your examples is by you sacking those incompetent security advisors that you have.
Has it disappointed you?
It's becoming, no, see, let me tell you, the issue now is becoming disappointing. But I've said that I will call his head out by the end of first quarter if he doesn't do anything about the NSA. Because the NSA seems to be clueless. The NSA is even more inclined to politics. I cannot believe that a new Rubadu will become what it is today. It is a shame. And it is so disappointing. A new Rubadu that we have always known to be an astute police officer, a brilliant one for that matter. But it seems now that what is after is just becoming either the governor of Adamawa State or vying for the post of president. He has been in